Hi, welcome to Laura's View and Tarot 2. I am so glad you're here with me. Today's date is Tuesday, May 17th, 2022. And I wanted to talk a little bit about the Sussmann trial that's going on. The jury's been selected, the opening remarks have happened, and let's just do a beginner's, because like I said, on a lot of things, and this is one of them, I'm a layman. Michael Sussmann was an attorney during the Clinton campaign. He is on trial, and he is on trial for one count of lying to the FBI under oath. Now, I'm going to share the screen, and earlier tonight I signed up for Truth Social, which, by the way, is now available for web people, and that would be me. So if you've been waiting to join because of web access, you're welcome to do so. And you can see that, let's see, in the Sussmann trial, the judge is married to the lawyer of one of the two lovers, Lisa Page, and Attorney General Merrick Garland presided over their wedding. Rigged. So that's his opinion. Now, that is not news. We've known for months that the judge in the case has had those ties. And interestingly enough, it hasn't caused the Durham team to ask that he be recused. Accused? That's one thing. Hey, I may not be saying that one right. So please feel free to tell me about that in the comments. Anyway, so according to Kash Patel, in a couple of interviews he's done, and he does pretty succinct ones, they're nice to listen to, he is convinced that there is such a firm evidentiary basis to this charge that even with the possible complication of the judge's marriage and ties to extensions of this Clinton organization, even with the fact that a couple of the jurors have admitted that they do not like our number 45 at all, and one was even a donor to the Democratic National Party. Kash seems to think it's in the bag, that there is just so much evidence, there's no way this is going to go south. Looking at 45's comment there on Truth Social, I don't know, it's going out both ways. So I thought, let's just ask the universe which we should be ready for. By the way, one interesting nugget I found out as I was reading about this before I came online with you, they actually are going to have 16 jurors sitting in on that trial. 4 of them will not be aware that they are the alternates until it actually becomes time to vote on a verdict. So I thought that was kind of interesting that the alternates don't know they're alternates. They're sitting in as if they're full team members. And I thought it was interesting. I'd share it with you. So anyway, let's see what the cards have to say. I want to be careful how I phrase this. So I want to ask, is the evidence so extreme and so solid in the Sussmann trial that justice will be served at that time at the trial in a conviction? And what else would the universe want us to know about this case? You see, one of the other things that Mr. Patel said was that you follow the money, which you've heard me say in other videos. And he said that he is the base of the Clinton pyramid. And so you chip away at a base of something to make it unstable. He also mentioned that if there is conviction, there is 90 days before the sentencing is done, and a lot of stuff happens behind the scenes in that 90 days. Personally, I'm surprised that Mr. Sussmann hasn't committed suicide. And he's actually there on trial. So it's kind of interesting because we know that there's been a lot of fatalities around that family in the past. And so it's an interesting topic. Let's see what the universe wants to illuminate us with about, is the evidence so strong that a conviction is looking very likely. And what else does the universe want us to know about the trial and Durham investigations? Let's see what it has to say. Okay, the first card was Ace of Pentacles. Second card was Queen of Pentacles. Then we have the Two of Wands, the 10 of Cups, the Four of Pentacles, the Devil card, and the Moon card. Well, I don't know about you, but I find these cards fairly interesting. Our situation we were asking about was the trial. Is Kash Patel's confidence that there's enough evidence that's been solidly built up that a conviction is going to be had? We've got a solid yes here with the Ace of Pentacles, at least regarding Mr. Sussmann. And then the Queen of Pentacles is also about the situation. And she's very strong and objective. It's a well thought out strategy going on here. Looking at the near past here, we have the Two of Wands, and this is a discovery card. So they discovered, and if you've been listening too, this makes sense that it comes up because apparently some emails that had previously been withheld from the Durham team were discovered and had to be brought into evidence. And again, with that conviction, yes, we've got the 10 of Cups celebrating. What does this mean for the Clinton Foundation or pyramid structures, whatever? Okay. They're going to be trying to hang on to their resources and minimize the damage. And on either side of them are not well aspected for their chances for that. We have the Devil card on the one side, which is our major clarification. And he is about lies and temptations. And the Moon card is never well aspected either. There's just no way to make either of these cards, at least here, do anything but say that things are going to go badly in a public eye for the Clintons. Let's see if there's further information. We asked about the Durham investigations. Tower moment's coming up. So there are more people that are going to be facing prosecution, and there's going to be people that are coming forward. The dominoes look like they're starting to fall, at least in public. So I think we can look for a conviction for Mr. Sussmann. Lots of things happening behind the scenes, because even though the penalty, I know when Martha Stewart went to prison for lying to the FBI, she had 5 months in prison, federal prison, and 5 months at house arrest, and things would not go well for an attorney in any kind of prison setting. So he's not going to want to go. But wow. Okay, sometimes we have, on this plane, we get to face the consequences of our choices and our actions, and looks like Mr. Sussmann's facing his, and others will be facing theirs. That's it for this read. If you enjoyed it, please like, share, comment. You're welcome to subscribe. And I apologize if I said recuse. That's a hard one for me to say earlier, but you know what I meant, excusing himself from being the judge. So anyway, folks, on a personal level, I think justice has already happened quietly for many of these players in tribunal settings. I really do. But at some point, they're going to have to close that loop. And they're going to have to bring the stand-ins, and I'm not saying that Mr. Sussmann is, but people higher up in that hierarchy that he represented is when he was working for the Clinton campaign. They're going to have to bring those clones, lookalikes, whatever, into the justice setting. And at that point, then they can bring in some of the tribunal footage and things like that and close those loops. I hope they do that soon. I'm ready to put this behind us. And I really, really, really don't like seeing the white hats becoming adept at the same games and manipulations that they're helping to free us from. That's not trust inspiring, and it's not the way our world needs to go. And so I hope that things get resolved quickly and justice is served and humanity's on the path that our Creator intended for us. So again, thank you for being with me. Good night.